Hey YouTube, and welcome to the second episode of our How to Build a Calculator series. Now this episode we're going to cover how to do the busing, and it's going to basically look like this as a final product. It'll be maybe slightly different, but this is the basic idea. I've never done it the same way twice, and this is the most compact way I've been able to do it so far. So maybe we'll figure out a better way together. But this is the basic idea. It adds approximately 3 more blocks of height to your total computer setup. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Basically, what you see here, why there's a rainbow, is because every color represents a number. And actually, you see that one that's on there, because I was testing it. I'll just flip it off. Okay, anyway, every color represents a number, 0 through 18, all the possible outputs of the calculator. If you come over here, I have it set up in order of what color represents what, starting with white being 0, orange being 1, and so on, all the way to a diamond block being 18. And if you guys want to do the exact same setup as me, it's really easy. You just go into your creative inventory or whatever. If you're in survival mode, you'll have to organize it yourself. But it's the order the blocks are in your inventory. So white, orange, magenta, so on and so forth, all the way through iron, and then you have to skip down here to get your last diamond block. And that will be all the colors we'll use for the busing. So before we actually get started, I'm going to have to take out this computer here, because it's going to be in the way of us finishing this one. So I'll be right back as soon as I have that done. Alright, I got the computer destroyed, and now we'll go on to the project here. Okay, the first thing you want to do is look at your inputs here, and for the sake of this computer, it's not completely necessary to do it this way, but just so that we have it consistent across everyone trying to build their computers here, we'll say that this is 0, 1, 2, so on, and this is 0, 1, 2, so on that way. So that means that the point where 0 and 0 meet, 0 plus 0 will be 0, and that's this farthest torch here. So put a piece of white wool there to represent the 0, and then we'll go on to 1. Now this one, next one is 1, and it's both directions. This next one is 1. Okay, and then 2. This one, and the next one this direction, and then also the one in between. Okay, and 3 is next one, and the 2 torches diagonal will be between them. And if you see the pattern here, you just go down the line and do them all diagonal. So you got yellow, 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 and so on and so forth all the way on down the line here. And so I'll get this done and I'll be right back. Once you've got that done, it should look something like this. I just want to take a look here and make sure you get it right. The light gray wool should be the longest. No, I take that back. I'm sorry. The cyan wool should have the most blocks. And then it decreases by 1 block all the way down both sides until you end up with 1 white on one end and 1 diamond block on the other end. Okay, let me switch out my inventory here. Need some torches, some orange, and some light blue, green. Okay, now, the next thing you need to do here, let's go along every other block and place a torch, like every other block color. So you have white, don't place a torch, orange, do, magenta, don't, light blue, do, and so on and so forth. And you place them all down the same colors. So, for instance, you have an orange here, so orange, light blue, light blue, light blue, light blue, and then green had it, so you go down green. Okay. And you do this all the way down, not just the last output that you saw here, but so for instance, you do a cyan one, you do dark blue, and you do green, black, and iron. And so you place torches on top of all these blocks, and then after that, all the torches you've placed, place another block of the same color, and then another torch on top of it like this. And what you're doing is you're separating every other line, so they output at different levels, and it's easier to bus them. So you do this for every other block, all of them that you have a torch on. And I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I will be right back once I'm done. Alright, once you're done, it should look something like this. And for anyone who didn't understand which blocks you need to place the extra block torch on, over here I set up. On every one you need to add the extra block torch I have with a torch on top of it here. So I'll just leave this for a sec to make sure you guys can check it, make sure you're correct. Okay. Alright, so next we're going to start connecting the like colors together, and we'll start with the lower ones. We just have a white one there, don't need to connect it to anything. And then with these blocks you're going to go out, over, out, over, out, over, out, over. Let's put redstone on this. We're going to add repeaters to the line later to make sure the signal can travel all the way across, but for now we're just going to do this. So you just keep doing the same pattern for all the blocks that you didn't add the extra torches to. So I'll just go down the line and do maybe one more here, and then I'll jump off camera and get them all done, just in the attempt to make this episode go by as quickly as possible. Okay, and there you go. So they all should look like this all the way down, just a zigzagging pattern. This zigzagging pattern ensures that this redstone line here won't get powered by any of these torches along the way, because we don't want to have a short anywhere in the line. Okay, I'm going to jump off here and get it done. Alright, once you're done, it should look something like this. And make sure you guys are pausing the video and checking your work, and also giving yourself plenty of time to get everything done the right way, because there's nothing more annoying than having a finished product and then testing it and it not working the way it should. Okay, so once you have these lower rows connected, it's time to connect the upper rows. And these are actually pretty easy. First thing you want to do is connect these oranges together. And what I usually do is I just go right out over the white block and then across to connect them that way. And this is going to be one of the only ones that doesn't follow this pattern I'm about to teach you guys. So on the end blocks, you're going to go 2 down, 2 over, make a little box here with the torch in the upper right hand corner. And you go 1 down, 2 over, another box, 1 down, 2 over. And you just run redstone along this way. And again, we'll stop and add repeaters here in another step. So just get all your redstone placed first. And you keep doing that same pattern for all of them. So you go 2 down, 2 over, box, 1 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 down, 2 over. And that pattern you just repeat over and over again for every output that you have raised up. So I'm going to get this all done off camera again. I'll be right back. Alright guys, once you got that done, the next thing we're going to want to do is add repeaters to the line to make sure the current can travel all the way down all of these. Now we'll use levers to test this, and obviously we don't need to test ones like this or this one. Power can travel way along. We can go down here and just place one in your purple. It shouldn't have an issue. Make it right to the very end, so that's okay. And then we can do blue up here, and this will be the first one we'll probably need to add a repeater to. It actually makes it, so we can save that one too. Next we'll go down here. Make sure you put the lever on the far end to make sure that you're testing for if this torch powers the line. So we should see an issue here, and we do. Okay, now the way you add a repeater to this line without interfering with the torches is this. Redstone dust and repeater here. That prevents it from connecting this also, and you break this block. So underneath this block should be a torch. You want to make sure you don't put the repeater above that, or else it won't receive signal from down there. But you can just do that, and that should work just fine now. Go all the way to the end. Okay. So you can break that one. We'll do green next. Okay, and this one, you can just put repeaters right in the middle of the line you already have. There we go, it's powered all the way down again. Okay. And we'll just keep doing this. We'll just do this on camera so you guys can see how it's all done. Make sure you get it done right, because this is kind of challenging, especially those lower ones. Alright, so we got an issue here, so we can just break this corner, place 2 here, repeater, redstone dust. And does that make it all the way? No, it doesn't. So we'll do it again right here. Break the corner, 2 colored wool blocks, repeater, redstone. Okay, now we can move on to the next one, which will be black. This will probably require a couple repeaters. Put 1 there, and 1 there. There we go. Now if you guys are counting along with me, we're on light gray, and light gray is the number 8. So keep that in mind, because once we get to double-digit numbers, we need to switch what we're doing here. Okay, so we need to put a repeater here. Break the corner block. Redstone dust. Okay. And then same for here. 2 blocks, break the corner, repeater, dust. And that should power all the way to the end now. Okay. Now we're on to cyan, and cyan wool is number 9 if you've used the same color coding that I have. If not, make sure that you are paying attention to what you're doing, because once we're done with this, we gotta mix things up a bit. Okay, so now we've done 0 through 9. So now that we got to double-digit numbers, we need them to output the opposite direction. So we need to come down to this side here and start powering them from this side instead. So we'll power this. This purple is 10, and we'll see that this is where our issue is. Okay, so it's the same basic idea. Just grab this. You gotta do it underneath here though, so it's kind of hard to get to. Oop, that's what I meant to do. Okay, I'm gonna break this block. Okay, and then 2 pieces of wool. This one's kind of hard here because it's jammed in the middle of everything. But just like that, just like everything else, just reversed. Find out where it dies again, which is right here. Okay, so purple. Oop. Purple. Break this one. Redstone dust. Repeater. This will probably be the longest step of the whole process here. Okay. We'll just go back and we'll do this for the last few. Power it. Actually, let's power it from this side so we don't power 2 blocks. Okay. Goes along here. Needs a repeater here. It's going to need a repeater here. There you go. That one's done. Break the lever. Move on. Grab some brown wool. There we go. Alright, right here. Alright. Oh, just barely doesn't make it. You know what? We can just put a repeater on the end of that. That's how we'll get away with that. Okay. Dark green. We're almost to the point where it makes it all the way on its own again, so we're almost done. That one's done. Just need 1 repeater. Red. Red just barely doesn't make it. Okay, and there we go. That should be it. This black one shouldn't have an issue making it all the way on its own. Yep. Okay. And we'll just test gold here for the sake of things, but it'll be fine. Okay. So there we go. That's done. Let me set time today here. Thanks, Colin. Okay. He beat me to it. So there we go. Now, just take a look. Make sure that you have all the repeaters facing this direction from 0 to 9. And then once you hit 10, we're going to start powering out this direction. So you can go through, take your time, and come back when you're done. Okay, guys. This next step is a little tricky. It's going to be hard to show you guys how to do it because I've never even done it the same way twice. So I'm going to show you guys basically what you need to get done and then let you guys figure out what's the best way for you to do it yourself. Basically what you need to do is you need to connect all the numbers over 9 to their corresponding numbers under 9, and their colors are here, and I'll show you what this means in a second. Basically, what you need to do is, for instance, purple is 10, which is 1, 0. So purple will connect to the 1, but it also needs to connect to 0 here, so that it outputs 0 also in the 1's place. And the same thing for dark blue. Dark blue is 11, so it needs to connect to 1, which is orange, and so on and so forth for every number over 9. And we have it laid out right here exactly what you need to do. So purple to white, dark blue to orange, brown to magenta, dark green to light blue, yellow to red, black to lime green, pink to gold, iron to dark gray, gold to light gray, and cyan, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to show you guys basically how you do that yourself, and then we'll try to do it together. No. Not like that. That didn't make any sense. Okay, let me try that again. I'm going to show you guys how to do one row of this, and then I'm going to leave you guys to do the rest yourself. Now, I'm going to have Grease come on. Grease, come here. He's going to help me build this for you guys real quick. And we're just going to do a quick one here. Which one should we do, Grease? We can either start on the diamond end or the purple end. He doesn't want to talk. He's also invisible. Okay. Neither of them is very easy to do. So we can just do... Oh, there goes my block. We'll just do purple first. Okay. So basically what you need to do is you need to come out 2 blocks here so you don't get any shorting from these torches. And you need to come out another... Actually, let's go down. That way it will give us more room to work. So we'll go down a couple blocks. Now also, if you're going to come down to save yourself room, don't go all the way down because these are your inputs here, and you don't want to interfere with those. We'll come across, and we need to connect purple to white. Oh, he's already got that done. So there you go, purple to white. And now you need to wire it across from this angle over. And what is our count here in terms of redstone? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, repeater. Now I know redstone travels 15 blocks, but we do 14 just to be safe, just in case we miscount. Otherwise, it won't travel all the way and we'll run into issues. So make sure your redstone is traveling this direction. That's why we have the repeaters wired going this direction, not the other way. And yeah, go ahead and do that for all these blocks. And I'll leave this on here for a second so you guys can take a look and figure out and do the wiring yourself. And then come on back when you're done. Alright, when you're done, it should look something like this. This honestly isn't our most compact attempt at ever doing this, but it does work. There's going to be a few issues with shorting if you do it like ours, and you got to make sure that you take all that into account and make sure you fix any little shorting you get between colors or anything. But it should basically look like this when you're done. They're all connected. Going this way. Oop, this I actually have redstone there. There we go. Anyway, yeah. So, I think we're going to call this the end of this second how-to episode. There's not really much else. There's like one more step, but we don't want to add on to the length of this anymore. It's already getting to be a pretty long episode. So we'll cover that in our next episode, which I believe will be on decoders. So, thanks for watching, and hope you guys stay tuned for our next one.